In this video I'm going to talk about using Tableau to evaluate the remediation history of the CS10 plume at Massachusetts Military Reservation. This plume is the largest plume at MMR with several billion gallons of contaminated groundwater. This area shown in red is the contaminated zone, and these extraction wells shown in as red symbols here are some of the wells that you'll see in the example. This is called the in-plume system, and down here on this lobe it's called the Sandwich Road system. The contamination originated during World War II operations, where TCE and PCE and other contaminants were introduced in the groundwater because jet fuel, because jet engines were degreased, and operations up here in the source area led to this spreading of contamination over time. So to begin with, let's hop into Excel and have a look at the data. This data set spans from roughly 1999 up to 2007. Of course, this project is ongoing. I haven't worked on it in 6 or 7 years now, so that's why the data stops back in 2007. But what we have are a series of extraction wells, their dates, the flow rates for the day, the mass removed on the day, incremental efficiency, total efficiency, cumulative mass removal, and total volume pumped. And we're going to use these measures within Tableau to have a look at what's been going on. So to start with, one of the things that you can use Tableau for is to animate the mass removal over time. And what I've done here is I've created using the pages to basically demonstrate that the mass was removed over time. So if I animate this, you can see the quantity of mass is being removed. Of course, is animating pretty fast through the years here. So as it stops at the end of 2007, we can see that the in-plume extraction well 2102 has recovered the most mass with 544 kilograms of TCE removed, and then 2105 has pulled 248 kilograms. And down on Sandwich Road we had one well here in the center of the extraction well fence, 2173, that's removed over 220 kilograms. The total amount of mass removed from these wells can be seen in this chart, where we look at cumulative mass removed from each of the wells. These first 5 wells are the in-plume wells, and these wells over here are Sandwich Road wells, and so they're named down here. You see, you have cumulative mass removal, then you have total volume of water pumped, and this is in millions of gallons of water. So for this particular well, 2102, it has pumped 2.1 billion gallons of groundwater to recover 544 kilograms of TCE, which gives it an overall efficiency of 0.25, and that's a measure of total number of gallons, total mass removed divided by the total number of gallons pumped in millions of gallons. So you get a quarter kilogram of TCE removed. A kilogram is 2.2 pounds, so a quarter of that would be about a half a pound of TCE recovered per million gallons of water pumped. The highest efficiency well occurred on Sandwich Road with extraction well 2173 with the efficiency of 0.38. It recovered 221 kilograms with 579 million gallons of groundwater pumped. So you can, if you add up all of these volumes of groundwater pumped, we could see that we're at 2 billion, 3.6, 4 or 5 billion, I don't know how many billion, 7, 8 billion. We'll take a look at that in a minute. But then I created a map showing the wells, and the map is going to be used in a couple of dashboards here. And we have a mass removal chart, where on top we're looking at 7-day moving average of mass removal. And now this is in total for all the wells. And then the green line is a cumulative mass removal. So we're up to At the time in 2007, over 1,500 kilograms of TCE removed. And then on the bottom part, a 7-day moving average of flow rate. So for CS10 total, looks like they're pumping around 2,800 gallons per minute in total for a lot of the period, and the total volume pumped is at a staggering almost 10 billion gallons. So that's what you'll see in a dashboard here. And then we have efficiency over time, and I'll show you that in a dashboard also. So going to the first dashboard, which is the mass removal dashboard. So in Tableau you can set up these dashboards which are triggered. You set up actions so that if you click on a well here, 2103, the data in the lower plot is regenerated for that well that you have. Of course, you can also pick more than one well at a time by checking the check boxes. But nonetheless, this is 2102 that has the majority of the mass removal. As you can see by scanning over time, as you move through here, you can get an idea of how much mass has been removed at any point in time. The volume of water pumped from that one well is, as I showed before, over 2 billion gallons, which is pretty remarkable, seeing that was being pumped for 8 years continuously. So that's the first dashboard, is the mass removal dashboard. And you notice that when I pick a well, the title over here changes to tell me which well that this data is representing. I've used the same exact approach to do an efficiency dashboard, where this is the overall efficiency of all the wells, but if I want to click on one of them, 2103, this is the efficiency curve for 2103. But notice that the title doesn't change, and this is an issue that I have with Tableau at times, where I'm using exactly the same approach for both dashboards, but in one case it works and in another case it doesn't. And I literally spent more than an hour trying every possible combination I could think of to get this to work, and it would not work. And so that sometimes the actions, although the action is working, the updating of the titles don't work. This is an interesting efficiency plot over time for 2104, where the efficiency was high initially, dropped down, but then increased over time. And that had to do with the fact that higher concentration mass was moving into the well over time. So by the time you were 4 or 5 years into its history, the efficiency actually rose as the plume migrated into that extraction well. So this is, of course, a nice way to visualize environmental data using Tableau. Pretty straightforward setup, very easy to set up, and for any type of environmental remediation project that has this type of data, you could easily use Tableau for this topic. So this will be written up in a blog and posted to the blog, and I'll actually put a TWB file, TWBX, a package Tableau workbook, so that you can download it and play with it if you'd like. Thanks for listening.